How do you test the power diodes in a microwave? The first question is, how safe is it to test? Just because the power's turned off doesn't mean there's not deadly power stored inside of these microwaves, even if they're unplugged. In a modern microwave, the capacitors aren't as obvious as they used to be. In other words, you don't want to just take one of these apart and touch the wrong thing because it could hurt you or even worse. On this Panasonic microwave, there's two power diodes. These diodes are located on the circuit board and have to be removed before they're tested. If you test them while they're on the board, you're just going to end up testing all the other circuit around it. To test these, it takes a multimeter and a 9-volt battery. Put the voltmeter on volts DC. Take a jumper, connect to the negative of the battery, and we'll test it between the negative of the battery and the voltmeter. A diode will allow power to go through in one direction but not the other. Connect one side of the diode into the negative side of the battery. When we touch the meter side, you can see almost 7 volts of electricity going through the meter. The reason why it's not 9 volts is there's a voltage drop in here, so 7 volts is reasonable. We'll test from the other side. When we test here, you can see there's a very small amount of voltage going through, but almost nothing. So we can clearly see 7 volts going through one side and almost no voltage going through the other. If you saw 7 volts of electricity or even 9 volts of electricity going through both sides in either direction, you know this thing's bad. When we test these two power diodes, they both test out okay, so these are fine. The problem is somewhere else in the microwave.